How's it going, everybody? It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. I am in an area of town called Bankers Hill, I think you call this area. I used to live in this part of town. We called it Hillcrest, but I think it's a little too far west to be considered Hillcrest. It might still kind of be in the peripherals of Hillcrest, but I think it's closer to Bankers Hill. Anyway, I am just here to walk, get my steps in for the day. I'm gonna do my 2-mile loop, and we'll talk about stuff along the way. We're gonna head towards Balboa Park. I'm actually kind of going away from the park. I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna cross the street, we'll go over to the park, we'll go over a bridge, we'll do some other stuff. But I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you will enjoy the scenery along with me. So I probably lived in this neighborhood about, actually 10 years ago is when we moved out. That's when my daughter was born, 10 years ago, if you can believe it. And we moved out of our apartment that was down here in July of 2016, just a few months before she was born. And we live in the place we live now. And a lot of it has changed. This giant building right here that you see in front of you, this is brand new. This was not here when we lived here. In fact, what was this? I think this was wow, I do not remember. It was definitely not this though. It was something else. It was just I think it's just some random buildings, honestly. Not as tall as this. There's just a different set of buildings. Of course, now, you know, it's a huge office building and condo because there's a major housing shortage in San Diego. And so the approval you get to build condos and buildings now is like, it got really easy, especially if you were on what they called like a transportation corridor. If you are like if you're on a bus line or you're within a certain amount of miles of a trolley stop, you can pretty much build any building you want and not have to do parking, because it's, you know, assumed that the people who live here will take public transportation everywhere. Yeah, this is new here. I don't know, this is some kind of drain here. I don't know what it's going to be used for. What does this say? Urban accessories. I don't know what that means. Anyway, there used to be a bus stop right here on this corner. Bus would stop. I remember sitting here one time. There was a guy at this light waiting to go, and he was wearing like face paint. Like his face was painted up like a tiger. And it's just this guy with face paint on, wearing like a business suit almost, like a suit, not a whole suit and tie, but like a button shirt and a tie. And I'm sitting here at the bus stop waiting for the bus to pick me up for work. And he is in his car right over there where this van is right now. And he looks at me and I look at him, and he like realizes, I think, how ridiculous he looks. And we both just kind of like give each other a nod and move on with our days. This side hasn't changed at all. This building was there when I used to live in this neighborhood, as was this house. In fact, Kelly and I were like in love with this house. Like, you know, if we were, you know, super rich, if we won the lottery, we would have, you know, tried to get this house right here. These buildings across the street, this big tower here, this was here also. In fact, I think I came home one night and the like cops were all over this building. I think some guy was threatening to kill like his girlfriend and himself. And like they were like all over this place. Like they had like, you know, the negotiator out on the phone talking to him and all this stuff. It was crazy. There was all kinds of police and the news was here and everything. It was pretty wild. Look at that. It's crazy off to pull a picture. Dig it. Oh, look, it's like disappearing. Wow.
Yeah, it does. It totally disappears.
Yes, that's the point of it.
Wow. Okay, I've crossed the street over. That's 6th Avenue back there. And I am now into, basically I'm in Balboa Park. Now you might think, oh, Balboa Park, that's that place with all the museums and stuff, right? There is more to the park than that. There is actual park space. Like, you can come over here and you can do your picnics and you can play and hang out, all kinds of stuff. Sit on a bench, you know, dedicated to somebody, you know, and just relax in a calm, neat atmosphere that isn't just like touristy museums. Like, this is like if you're like someone who lives here, you use this park to essentially, you know, unwind and all that. It's huge. It goes like way over there. There's like a museum over there, the Marston House, which I've never been to. I should get over to the Marston House. I've never looked at it. In fact, this street that's right here, I've never walked down that in my life. I'm not going to tonight. That's not my plan. But I can get over there eventually. But yeah, Balboa Park is huge. It's not just museums and stuff. That's all across. There's a freeway here. We're gonna cross the freeway, and this is kind of like the family picnic area, essentially. I think what makes this side so special is how like walkable it is. It really is just a place for you to kind of come and get some exercise, get out into the fresh air, kind of get away from the main street. There's like a street right here that you can drive on to, you know, you can park on this side and get around, but you're like off from the main road, right? So there isn't a ton of traffic going by here. I mean, you can hear the freeway on that side over there, but in general, it's a lot more peaceful here than it is over by 6th Avenue. It's a pretty busy street. 6th Avenue leads directly into downtown San Diego. In fact, all these numbered streets here go into downtown San Diego, which is in that direction. Not too far. Probably about I don't know, 3.5 miles from like the gas lamp area. Like, theoretically, you could walk to Petco Park from here. It'd probably take you about, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how fast you walk, which direction you go. But yeah, this is not too far off. Like, you could walk the entirety of downtown San Diego and Balboa Park in, you know, half a day. I'm gonna get a little crazy. Go on this dirt path here. Not necessarily wearing hiking boots or anything. Just some simple tennis shoes. So, you know, I'm not gonna go rooting around in the brush or anything, but it'd be nice to come down here and get a little more rustic. Honestly, it's neat to think of that, like, in the middle of a major metropolitan city, you've got like what is essentially wilderness, you know? Some steps over here. I didn't want to go too far off this. I kind of want to stick to the thing, but you know what? I saw some steps and they looked interesting, so let's go see what we got. All right. Well, it just leads you to more foliage. You know me, you know I'm a foliage guy. Some bushes. Looks like they've got some placards in there to tell you what it is exactly. What's this say? It's an olive tree. Alright. That's cool. That one's nice. Let's see. 5 flavors, walk number 3. Pungent and spicy. Huh. Okay. I guess I don't know what the 5 flavors walk is, but apparently that's a thing. Maybe I should look into that. I assume the foliage around here has a strong smell. here we go. This is number 4, salty. Plants are rich in minerals. Interesting. So I would assume this is some kind of a salty plant. Maybe these are like herbs you can tear out, put into your food. It's pretty neat. Should also mention that it is cold. I kind of stupidly did not bring a sweater. It's been real hot in San Diego. And by real hot, I mean it's been like 85 degrees. I'm gonna be begging for 85 degrees in like a month when it's 90, 95. But yeah, anyways, I should have brought a sweater because it has been getting chilly at night. By the way, that is a freeway off-ramp. Pretty wild. Yeah, I stupidly didn't bring a sweater. And we are now back out of the rustic area, back onto the main sidewalk here, where you have to pay for parking now. Thanks, Todd Gloria, great mayor. Yeah, just again, big wide open spaces for you to come with your family and enjoy an afternoon lunch. Throw a football around or play catch, baseball. Just enjoy yourself. It's a good time. San Diego's a good city, man. San Diego is a city of canyons, not just in the city itself, but all across the county. Just canyons everywhere. And this is a good example of one right here. I mean, it just goes on and on and on down there. You see over there, people live up in those hills. Again, you can hear the freeway going on. It's just behind these trees. If you squint, you can kind of see through it and see the cars going by. In fact, let's see. I don't know if you can see that one right there. Yeah, actually, that is not the freeway. That is like the off-ramp. The freeway is actually a little bit further beyond that. There's like another kind of hill that you go over to get to the freeway itself. But yeah, these canyons are kind of part of what makes the park so large. So you got to get around the canyons. Alright, we're about to cross the famous Laurel Street Bridge here in San Diego, Balboa Park. This is, we're going to go over the freeway here. The street is Laurel Street. And it's going to go right across the 163 freeway, right into Balboa Park. This is, you know, a little gateway to all the museums and other goodies that the other side of the park have, the more touristy side. And you can drive on it. I remember this being closed to the public for several years when I was younger, child. The bridge was in disrepair. It was old. It's a very old bridge. And they had to bring it up to, you know, modern standards, retrofit it for earthquakes and stuff like that, and you know, heavier vehicles and whatnot. Anyway, it's been open now for, you know, over 20 years at this point. Alright, still can't quite see the freeway yet. Got some trees in the way. But yeah, as you can see there it is right there. 163, that's the northbound, that direction. Is that a rabbit? Anyway, not a huge drop just yet, but it's gonna get pretty high. Like if you fell here, you'd be hurting. Like that's a recipe for like a broken leg. But where you can do the real damage and really get hurt, they put a fence up. I think specifically for the freeway, so you can't like throw things onto the cars or jump into the freeway and kill yourself or whatever. But if you wanted to, you could certainly do some damage if you fell here. I ain't gonna do that. That would be a bad idea. Alright, there's a better shot of the freeway. Again, the people going in this direction, that's southbound. People going that direction, that's northbound. Did a video a few days ago about Mega 64 filming locations in Balboa Park. And I didn't come over to this side. So I was trying to remember, and I don't think they did a lot of videos like on this side of the park. Again, it's if they're in public, they want to get crowd reactions. There's usually not a ton of people over here. But I think there was a video they did called I think it was The Internet Was Dead. Like Prince declared that the internet was over. And I think Sean came out here and he was like trying to ask people what they felt about Prince saying the internet was done. I think that was over here. I have to watch the video again, but I'm pretty sure it was over here. So this here is the former Museum of Man, now called the Museum of Us. And it kind of celebrated human achievement and our evolution from, you know, the days of the caveman to modern times. Of course, you know, there's more than just men, so it's not Museum of Man anymore. It's us. It's our whole collective story. Growing up in a Christian household, I was often told that this was the, like, not devil museum, but like kind of like the anti-creation or God museum, just because, you know, it promoted evolution or something. So we didn't go to that one too often, but I dig it. It's been a minute. I should check it out again. Next to the Museum of Us, we have the San Diego Old Globe Theater. This is a very famous theater here in San Diego. They do a lot of nationally touring plays here, and they do pretty big shows here. You know, they can get well-known actors. I believe Katie Holmes was just here doing a show. Hedda Gabler, I think it was called. What are they doing here? North by Northwest? It's like a play version of North by Northwest? What? Okay. I'm about to come see that. I've never been to a show here at the Old Globe. Kelly has. She saw Much Ado About Nothing with Dana Delaney and Billy Crudup. I didn't go see that though. She saw it with her like college class. Anyway, it's been a minute. It's been a never. I've never been here. I should check it out. I really should. Maybe that North by Northwest show is gonna be the catalyst I need to get me in here. Well, we have made it back to the main plaza here at Balboa Park. Museum of Modern Art, or Museum of Art. I think the Modern Art Museum is right over here. Fountain. Back there we got the amphitheater. Or not amphitheater, what do you call it? The organ pavilion. I hear dudes playing drums over here. I'm gonna see what's going on.
They put that there in 1932 as a segregation field. And that's what they have at the History Museum. The segregation.
Best parts of these walking trips, man, you don't know what you're gonna stumble upon. I don't know if they're like practicing for something or if they're like a group that gets together and does. It looked like capoeira dancing, but yeah, it's just I'm always happy when I just stumble upon some random event out on the town. Again, it reminds me of like being in like a live action like open world video game when you like are just walking around the map and there's like a point of interest and you go and you check it out and you get a little quest or whatever, or you just see a little show. That was neat, man. All right, we're gonna keep going this back. We're going back now. I can tell that it's time to go back because I'm tired. So I've got another, I think I walked about 1.5 miles, so I got about another 1.5 miles to go, get back to my car and go home, take a shower. Got a little sweaty. It was that rustic walking made me sweaty. Alright, so we're gonna look at one more thing here in Balboa Park, or on this side of Balboa Park, before we head back across the Laurel Street Bridge. Alright, this is the last place I wanted to show on this side of the park. They call this the Alcazar Garden, but it is just a beautiful set of hedges. It's not a maze because it's symmetrical. Again, your boy loves symmetry. If there's one thing he loves more than foliage, it's symmetry. And if you have symmetrical foliage, oh, I'm in heaven. But yeah, I love this spot. Just to come and enjoy a nice, sit down for a minute, oh, a nice, quiet, peaceful moment. Tower again. Well, time to head back across the bridge. It's all lit up now. The sun is pretty much down. There's still some light out there, but it's definitely nightfall, I would say. Downtown San Diego over there. You can see it through the trees a little bit. Blue and red lights, buildings. Time to head back. Be there in about 20 minutes to my car. And then I gotta edit this video and go to bed and go to work. So I'm lucky enough to have a job that is remote. I work from home. And so while I'm working, I'll throw something on in the background, movie, show, music, vinyl record or whatever. And today I decided to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yesterday's video, remember I told you that it was celebrating its 40th anniversary. It came out this week, 40 years ago. It was I believe it was the #2 movie at the box office. I can't remember what it came in second to, but it was #2. Anyway, that is like a perfect movie. And as I was watching it, it just brought back a lot of nostalgic memories of watching it as a kid with my family. We all loved Ferris Bueller. I kind of idolized the guy. I wanted to be like Ferris, you know, carefree and doing whatever he wanted and all that. And but you know, you see Cameron in I see Cameron in myself, or myself and Cameron. His tendencies, his neuroses, his cowardness. And so they're a good yin and yang to one another. And I think anybody who's real with themselves knows that they have both of those personalities in them. It's just about knowing when the right time is to bring that one out. All right, we made it across the bridge. We are back on the, I guess you call it the west side of Balboa Park. The local side, if you want. Again, I can't imagine too many tourists coming over here. There isn't really anything to see. There's like some statues and other little points of interest, but you know, if you're coming down to Balboa Park for the day and you're out of town, you're going to stay on the east side where all the museums are and you know, reflecting pool and all that. It is dark in there. Good old 6th Avenue. About to cross that. Walk on the other side of the street. And then I'll be at my car shortly. Not sure, well, you can see that in the dark, but doing more construction here. This street is probably going to get another gigantic high-rise full of condos for people like me that can't afford them. Oh well. I mean, San Diego needs tax revenue, so what better way than to get people who make a bunch of money to come move into your city and pay taxes. Meanwhile, the lower income neighborhoods suffer and eventually forced to sell so that somebody who makes 4 times their salary can move in. USA, baby. Now, Andy, you might be saying, didn't you say you lived on this street before? Yes, I did. So doesn't that mean that you make a lot of money? No, that's not what that means. I didn't live on this part of the street. You see, there's like every movie, they got the wrong side of the tracks. Well, I lived on the wrong side of Upus. I lived on the lower income side of Upus. It's a street that I crossed earlier today. This is the good side of Upus. I lived on the not so good side. Not that it was a bad area or neighborhood or anything like that. It just was the lower income side of the street. You know, further from the park and all that. Also, it just happened to be a building that was owned by somebody who didn't care about money. They just wanted good tenants who paid on time and didn't cause problems. And that was us. We paid on time. We didn't cause problems. It's a 1-bedroom. It was pretty small, but it was good enough for Kelly and myself. Obviously, we had to move when Enid was going to be born because we needed 2 rooms and all that. So had to leave the inexpensive place. However, I have heard in the time since then, that owner passed away, gave the properties to their children, and they like jacked up the price of that building astronomically. They did so under the guise of, well, our property taxes are higher now because when you inherit a property, you have to like am I on the right street? I might be on the wrong street. I think I'm on the wrong street. Yeah, I'm on the wrong street. Sorry. They have to reappraise the value of the property and all that. And so, you know, they said that we pay higher taxes, so your rent's got to go up. Had some friends who lived there, and shortly after that, they did not live there. So that might now be the good part of Upus as well. Maybe the divide is somewhere further down on 6th Avenue. I don't know. Everything's more expensive now in general, as you well know, I'm sure. Just the cost of living as a human being is going way, way up, and we are not being compensated sufficiently to keep up with it. I thought things were tough when I was young. The stories I hear some young people tell now about how they have to live sounds terrible. So I don't know what to do, man. I found my car. I'm on the right street now, but there is a 7-Eleven over here. I'm gonna pick up a water, maybe a little snacky poo. Then I'm gonna head home. Well, all right, I got my water. I got my Cool Ranch Doritos, and I'm ready to go home. This was a nice walk. I had a great time. seeing parts of Balboa Park that I don't often get to. I'm not walking on the west side very often, and it's just nice to kind of be back in my old neighborhood and seeing what's changed, all the new gigantic buildings that are around. All this one over here, this has been around for a long time. This one I think has also been here, but things are changing. It's good or bad depending on how you think of it. We need more places for people to live, but kind of people who need it live there. Like I gotta say, there's quite a bit of homeless people, unhoused people in Balboa Park and the surrounding streets here. I don't think those people are gonna afford to live in these high-priced condos they're building. If anything, it'll just push them out to other parts of the county where the rich people have not moved in yet. So, anyways, I don't know, am I getting too political for this? Am I getting too political for you out there? These should be lighthearted and fun videos, not sitting here talking about the state of the world and all that, right? Good times. People watch these videos for good times. If you didn't like what I said earlier, you've already turned it off. You're not watching this. But if you made it this far, thank you. And you know what we're fighting for. Was that lame? That seemed kind of hokey. That was corny. I apologize. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching today's video. I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna be walking anywhere. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't think I have a thing planned on Wednesday. I do have a thing planned for Thursday and Friday, but nothing planned for Wednesday yet. So we'll see. We'll see what I get up to. Have a good one. Bye.